striving for. All those who come to Goa speak of its beaches, its nature and its culture. Now they can also speak about an icon of a building. This is truly a significant milestone in the rich legal history of Goa, which dates back to 1544, when the first High Court in Asia was established here.
But times are changing, and now this hallowed institution is due for yet another move in order to keep up with the present times.
We will shortly be setting our foot in the new High Court building. We shall be stepping right into the new spaces, rectangular and squarish, no doubt, with our hearts filled with a fond hope that the rocks on which its foundations rest will sustain an institution that will administer justice unalloyed, with a fond hope that the serene waters of the Malvi River and the cool breeze that blows over it will be refreshing and inspired.
The Bombay High Court at Goa will shift to a bigger premise that will afford adequate space for its officers and staff.
I am actually looking forward to arguing my matters in the building, and well, it will be a new experience for us, though we have been practicing for several years now. To argue our matters in the new building, I am looking really forward to it.
This move will equip the High Court offices with the basic technological upgrades that are essential to function in today's digitized age.
I am privileged to be part of this opinion. Today, we are dedicating this new High Court building to the people of Goa. This building provides the best of the facilities to the judges, lawyers, the court staff and the people, so that justice system can function efficiently and effectively. The people of Goa will be largely benefited from the new building. Even the poorest of the poor in the state must get justice. This building has been possible because of the efforts of the officers of the government, the JSIDC, the contractor, and the common laborers. My sincere thanks to all who have made this possible. I am happy that the Honorable Chief Justice of India, the Honorable Law Minister of India, and other judges of the Supreme Court and the Bombay High Court are present for this event. The state of Goa wholeheartedly welcomes all the dignitaries. I wish all the best to one and all. Thank you.
It is time for the flag bearers of the law to integrate the marvels of modern technology into their practice as they interpret and apply the law to support justice for all. Welcome to the start of a new chapter in the judicial history of the state. Welcome to the inauguration of the new High Court premises in Goa.
We have tried to showcase two important chronicles in the history of Goa. I hope everyone present here have liked and enjoyed both the documentaries. Thank you very much. Honorable Chief Justice of India will arrive shortly. We will start with the flag hoisting, followed by the national anthem, and then the formal inauguration ceremony. Thank you. Honorable, the Chief Justice of India, Shri Justice Sharad Arvind Bobde, Honorable Chief Minister of the State of Goa, Dr. Pramod P. Sawant and Mrs. Sulakshana Pramod Sawant, Honorable Minister for Law and Justice, Government of India, Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad, Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court of India, Shri Justice M. V. Ramanna and Shri Justice P. R. Gavai, Honorable Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, Shri Dipankar Dutta, Honorable Minister for Law and Judiciary, State of Goa, Shri Nilesh Kabral, Honorable Senior Judges of the Bombay High Court, Shri Justice A. A. Sayar and Shri Justice S. S. Shinde, Honorable Senior Judge of the Bombay High Court at Goa, Shri Justice M. S. Sona, Honorable Advocate General of the State of Goa, Shri Devidas Pangam, Honorable Minister of Ayush, Government of India, Honorable Judges of the Bombay High Court, respected Ministers of various portfolios of the State of Goa, Honorable Leader of Opposition, Honorable Retired Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court, Honorable Retired Judges of the Bombay High Court, Honorable Members of the Legislative Assembly of Goa, respected Principal District Judges, learned Senior Advocates, Judicial Officers, Advocates, members of the press and esteemed members of the audience. A very good morning and a warm welcome. On behalf of the High Court of Bombay at Goa, I, Pooja Kawekar, welcome you all to this inaugural function of the new High Court building at Penna de Franca, Honolulu. It is often said that great accomplishments are driven by great ambitions. Many years ago, driven by an ambition of having a spacious and a fully equipped High Court in Goa, we dared to dream. Today, we stand to witness not only unveiling of a monument, but a standing repository of our ambition. An ambition to construct a befitting temple to the Goddess of Justice. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to be a part of this milestone in the history of Goa judiciary. Let us begin this event by welcoming our distinguished dignitaries by a musical rendition. May I invite on stage the Shambhavi Kala and Sanskritik Sanstha, led by Mrs. Bindya Vast, to kindly present the welcome song.
Thank you. आता फ्लॅश मागचा सकाळी घ्या रे ओमाय
दीप ज्योति परब्रह्मा दीप दीपेन साधते सर्वम् ignorance, suffering, and unhappiness. A lamp spreads Almighty's grace and divine energy that surrounds us. It is a lamp which symbolizes prosperity and knowledge. O Lamb, we bow down to you and pray that our lives be illuminated. Our revered guests have honored us by their presence. We desire to extend a gracious welcome to them by presenting them with a memento and a potted plant that bears the fragrance of our soil. With the plant, we convey our commitment to protect the environment, and the earthen pot reiterates our strong ties with the artisans of the state who enchant one and all with our rich traditions of art and culture. And it is worth mentioning here that the earthen pot which is used to plant the potted plant is locally made by our artisans of Goa potteries during the pandemic times. So we have chosen to gift our honorable dignitaries these pots to show our compassion and respect to these artisans. I have the honor of requesting Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court of Bombay, my Lord Shri Justice Dipankar Dutta, to kindly present a plant and a memento, which is the traditional peacock lamb of Goa called the Samai, to Honorable the Chief Justice of India, my Lord Justice S.A. Bobde. I request Shri S. G. Digge, Registrar General, High Court of Bombay, to present a plant and a memento to Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Shri Pramod Sawant. I now request Shri M. W. Chandwani, Proto Notary and Senior Master, High Court of Bombay, to welcome Honorable Minister of Law and Justice, Government of India, Shri Ravi Shankar Prasad, by presenting a plant and a memento. I now request Shri B.P. Deshpande, Principal District and Sessions Judge, South Goa, to extend a gracious welcome to Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Ramana by presenting a plant and a memento. May I request Shri Irshad Aga, Principal District and Sessions Judge, North Goa, to kindly present a plant and a memento to Honorable Shri Justice B.R. Gawai as a warm token of our welcome. May I request Shri D.P. Surana, Registrar, Inspection 1, High Court of Bombay, to kindly present a plant and a memento to Honorable the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, Shri Justice Dipankar Dotto. May I request Shri V.R. Kachre, Registrar Judicial 1, High Court of Bombay, to kindly present a plant and a memento to Honorable Minister of Law and Judiciary, State of Goa, Shri Nilesh Kabra. May I request Shri K. A. Baghi, Registrar Judicial, High Court of Bombay at Goa, to kindly present a plant and memento to Honorable Senior Administrative Judge of the Bombay High Court, Shri Justice A. A. Sayal. May I now request Shri S. M. Koche, Registrar, Original Side, High Court of Bombay, to kindly welcome Honorable Senior Administrative Judge of the Bombay High Court, Shri Justice S. S. Shinde, by presenting a plant and a memento. May I now request Mrs. Sayonara Telis Lad, Secretary, Goa State Legal Services Authority, to kindly present a plant and a memento to Honorable Senior Judge of the Bombay High Court at Goa, Shri Justice M. S. Sono. I now request Shri D. R. Shetty, Registrar Administration, High Court of Bombay at Goa, to kindly present a plant and a memento to Honorable Advocate General of the State of Goa, Shri Devidas Pangal. Thank you. The driving force behind this inaugural function is undoubtedly our leader, Honorable Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, Shri Justice Dipankar Dotto. It is my honor and privilege to invite my Lord, Honorable Shri Justice Dipankar Dotto, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, one and all. It is a big day for all of us. As I complete 11 months in office today as the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court, the second oldest but the largest chartered High Court in India, I stand here with a great sense of pride and privilege to be part of a glorious, joyous and momentous occasion in the 60th year of Goa's liberation, the inauguration of the new High Court building, which marks the beginning of a new chapter in the judicial history of Goa. We are honored by the presence of the paterfamilias of the Indian judiciary, Honorable S.A. Bobde, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India and the chief guest for the occasion. Goa seems to be very dear to His Lordship, for no fewer than 8 occasions His Lordship was here on visiting assignments from Bombay. History records that the Panaji bench of the Bombay High Court was inaugurated by the then Chief Justice of India, Sri Y.V. Chandrachud, and a former judge of the Bombay High Court in 1982. Today, yet another Chief Justice of India from the same High Court is here to inaugurate and dedicate this building to the people of Goa. On behalf of all my colleagues of the High Court of Bombay and on my personal behalf, I extend a very warm welcome to His Lordship. I also take this opportunity of warmly welcoming our special guests, Honorable Dr. P.P. Sawant, the Chief Minister of Goa, and Honorable R.S. Prasad, Senior Advocate and Minister for Law and Justice, Government of India. Honorable Judges of the Supreme Court of India, Justice N.V. Ramana, the upholder of civil liberties, and Justice B.R. Gavai, the People's Judge, the dignitaries on and off the dais, and all other distinguished guests and invitees to the inaugural function. I am overwhelmed by your gracious presence, which has indeed added a sense of inclusiveness to the ceremonial inauguration. The foundation stone for the new building was laid on 19 December 2013. Construction, however, commenced more than a half a decade back. It is spread over a sprawling area of 3.18 hectares. I sincerely acknowledge the continuous cooperation and support received from the Goa government for making the judiciary's dream of having a new court building to suit its growing needs a reality and ensuring completion of this ultra-modern structure within the final date suggested by me in last December to the Chief Minister. I wonder how many more deadlines would have been missed but for the Chief Minister's intervention. Be that as it may, all's well that ends well. The new building, which is centrally located, will make access to justice easy. Although such building would assure greater comfort for judges, lawyers, litigants and other stakeholders, but much more than physical ease, the infrastructure and support system would enhance efficiency, speedy adjudication and early delivery of justice, of course, without compromising the quality of judgments. While discharging our duties as judges, we are legally ordained to decide the fate of others on a set of guiding principles popularly called laws. However, in so judging, it becomes indispensably necessary to evolve one's mental state to a level immeasurably higher than the ordinary. We achieve this by directing our attention to rid Annay and render Nyay by our close association with Dharma. Our Dharma is sacrifice, Tyag, purity of work, Nishkam Karma, knowledge, Gyan, devotion, Nishtha, and integrity, Nyay, Priyata. On this day, we all solemnly resolve to adhere to these high ideals. I must emphasize by optimism that the new beginning being made today will pave the way for providing just justice to the people who come to the High Court for a fair process and a fair judgment. The efficiency and responsiveness of the judicial system being dependent on the quality of arguments advanced and assistance extended, the learned members of the bar too have a key responsibility towards delivery of justice. I am confident that with this new beginning, the harmony between the bar and the bench to produce the desired results will continue to go from strength to strength. Before concluding, the occasion cannot pass without my expressing, as sincerely as I can, the gratitude I owe to everyone who has enabled this transition. I would also like to thank everyone who have worked tirelessly and given much of their hard labor, effort and time to make this grand event possible. I pray to God for your good health, happiness and prosperity without end. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Jai Hind. May I now request the Honorable Chief Justice of India to formally inaugurate this new building by kindly cutting the ribbon and unveiling the plaque.
honorable dignitaries will proceed to the entrance of the building, first for the cutting of the ribbon, and then they shall unveil the plaque.
राकेश तू कहाँ रहती है? कहाँ रहती है?
Welcome again and congratulations to all of us. We have with us Learned Advocate General for the State of Goa, Shri Devidas Pangam, who has been a pillar of support for all of us in this entire process of inauguration. May I invite him to kindly address this gathering.
Honorable Chief Justice of India, Bobde, Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, Honorable the Law Minister of India, Honorable the Judges of the Supreme Court of India, and all the judges. judges of the Bombay High Court, and all the dignitaries who are present for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to witness a historic event. This structure, which is being inaugurated today, is no more going to be just a building. From henceforth, this is going to be a symbol and icon of justice for the state of Goa. This place, which was just a hillock till yesterday, from today, it is going to be a tower of justice for this state. Friends, in all the cultures and traditions of the world, great importance is given to certain places, certain buildings, certain premises. There are special places or buildings or premises which are revered, which are worshipped. In different religions, there are traditions of visiting different places, different sites, different monuments, different temples, different mosques, etc. Now, these places have become place of pilgrimage. Reason being, because of some great personalities, because of deeds of some great persons, because of deeds and actions of certain great personalities, we revere these places, and these have become places of worship. These places have become sacred and pious because of certain acts and deeds of certain personalities. Now in India, there is a nice concept called as Sthana Mahatmya. Sthana Mahatmya literally means the significance of a place. A place becomes very significant because of several reasons. In religious terms, you must be aware that certain sages or certain great personalities have had their abode at a particular place, as a result of which the human beings have converted these places into temples, etc. It is all because of the deeds of these great personalities that these places have become temples or place of worship. This is the effect of great work and the sacred and pious deeds being done by these great personalities. The building today, which is inaugurated, we should all endeavor to make it a place which may be seriously called and really called as a temple of justice. It is in our hands who are going to work here by our deeds to convert this building into a temple of justice. It is our deeds which are going to make this building a temple. This building must become a symbol of justice and must be worshipped as a temple of justice. Today, if we want to work here with sincerity, honesty and integrity, I am sure this building will be truly a temple of justice. I pray to God that this temple of justice would bless us and the people of Goa with beds of His judgments. Before I conclude, I want to convey one message which is given by the learned Advocate General of Maharashtra. He has given us best of wishes and he has expressed his regrets for having not coming for this function because of his personal reasons, and he has made a special request that I should make a mention for this August gathering about. I thank all of you who have come here for such a great day. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Goa.
We have with us the Honorable Minister of Law and Judiciary, State of Goa. It is because of his enterprise and incessant efforts that this building could be completed despite hurdles. May I invite Honorable Law and Judiciary, State of Goa, Shri Nilesh Kapran, to kindly address the gathering.
Very good morning to all dignitaries present. The inauguration of the new High Court building in the state of Goa. And for this inauguration, we have the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Shri Bobde. We have with us among some its our young and dynamic Chief Minister of the state of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant. We have specially come to be part of this inauguration, even from his busy schedule. Our Central Law and Justice Minister, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad ji. We have with us Justice N.V. Ramana ji. We have with us Justice Ravi ji. We have with us our Honorable Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, Shri Dipankar Datta ji, who has been continuously following up with us. And I think he is one of them who is instrumental to finish this building, he has come very often to see that this building is completed with the help of Honorable Chief Minister, and we have continuous inspection for the same. We also have Justice A. Sayed ji, we have Justice S.S. Shinde ji, we have our Justice Sri Sudan ji, and our own AG, Devdas Pandit. Of the dais, we have my colleagues from the Assembly, ministers from the Assembly, Government of Goa, the Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, other secretaries of the State of Government of Goa, other distinguished guests. Well, when we see here this immense beautiful structure which has been built here, it has taken quite a time, and we all know what is the reason for taking this time, because we had to go through different financial difficulties which has happened during the period of the government. And as we can see that there is always something which is coming new in this design. And I would like to say that this project has been awarded the best massive design in India in the year 2016. In this particular design, we have the traditional Goan architectural strategies. We have the cross ventilation, which is known as Razangon. We have the light and water local materials which have been used for construction of the building. But we have used traditional techniques to give a most modern contemporary architectural building. We feel that this land, almost 31,861 square meters of land for the very purpose of this High Court building, and the building itself into 23,518 square meters of square feet of construction will give what is required. As the speakers ahead of me have said, justice is here and justice will prevail, and this is the symbol of our justice, part of our justice. We have made this design to be a friendly design for the disabled people. So we have systems placed for everybody to be more comfortable to come here. The entire cost of this project has crossed approximately around 175 crores. And I think the state of Goa, being a small state, Honorable Chief Minister has been kind enough that the building gets the required financial sanction, the financial vitamin M, as we all say, to the contractors who have been off and on, starting and closing the building because of various reasons. But in the last 2 years, Honorable Chief Minister has seen that nothing has been short to construct this new building. We had almost 10, 12 different contractors at various stages of construction of the building. We had contractors who were part of the designing. We had contractors who who are part of the plumbing and designing of construction. We have a separate contractor for civil designing. We have a separate contractor for landscape designing and various other things. But ultimately, the aim is to see that the High Court building has been completed in all respects. And I am sure that the Chief Justice of Bombay High Court will move into this spacious building after the annual holiday, what we always say, in the month of May, will come in the month of June. In the meantime, it is our responsibility to see that everything is safe and sound, so that as and when they come here, we give them the space to perform their duties as part of the constitutional duties. The building by itself is unique. The building by itself has been designed by our consortium of LKS consultants, keeping in mind the modern architecture. Well, there will be a lot of things which I would like to say in today's inauguration. But sincerely, I will thank Honorable Chief Minister, who has personally followed up to see that each and every part of this building, after he became the Honorable Chief Minister, give enough budgetary support for this particular project. And he himself has visited this premises on a number of occasions to see that we need the time deadline to inaugurate it today. And I thank him from the bottom of the heart. I thank all of you present here for this wonderful function. I thank Chief Justice Bombay to make time, and also Ravi Shankarji for his time. And I hope that whatever remaining infrastructure projects, like the new Sessions Court building which is coming up in Mercedes, the new Sessions Court building which is coming up in Margao, the additional judges buildings coming up for various courts in the state of Goa will be completed at the hands of Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sir. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. I have chosen to introduce our next guest, the famous poem of Rudyard Kipling. Rudyard Kipling once said, and I quote, "If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with the things or lose the common touch, yours is the earth and everything within. And what is more, you will be a man, my son." Our next speaker is my Lord Honorable Shri Justice B.R. Gavai. Call it a sheer coincidence or a tryst with destiny. The first plaque, which became an integral part of this building, has inscribed the name of my Lord in it. And it would only be apt that my Lord is present here for today's function. May I have the honor of inviting my Lord Honorable Shri Justice B.R. Gavai to kindly address this gathering.
Most judge of the Supreme Court, my Lord Justice Ramnath, Honorable Mr. Justice Rupanta Gupta, the Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, Honorable Mr. Nilesh Pradhan, Minister of Law and Judiciary, the other Honorable Ministers present here, my esteemed colleagues present here on the dais, Mr. Amjad Sir, Justice Shinde, Justice Mahesh Sunak, all my esteemed colleagues. Anil Singh, Additional Solicitor General of India, the members of the Bar Council of India, as well as members of the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Sri Gurgaon, the President of the Goa Bar Association and all his colleagues, Sri Algawkar, the Secretary General of India, the lawyer friends present here. I see in the audience Dr. Subhash Naik, the Minister of State, and Mr. Ramakan, Alam, the ex-Minister for Law. It's a great pleasure to be with you this morning. It's like a dream coming true when Honorable Justice Dr. took over the reins of this prestigious High Court at the peak of pandemic, and after he visited Panji, he had taken into his heart that he will ensure that the building is completed and inaugurated at the hands of Honorable Justice Bharat Bobde. As has been said by the Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Bobde has a special love and affection for Goa. I think he was the only one having distinction of visiting Goa on a visiting assignment for 8 times. I also had the pleasure to be with him whenever he was visiting Goa, and he has another fascination for forests of Goa and specifically Kotegaon, and also for furniture of Goa. So it was apt that the building had to be inaugurated at the hands of none else than Justice Bobde. As said by the Controller, it is an added pleasure to me in my short sitting at Goa in 2013, the foundation laying ceremony of the said building was performed when I happened to be the senior most administrative judge at Goa. I see in the audience my colleagues, Justice Rais and Justice Bakre, who were part of the Goa bench at that time. I won't be standing for long between you and Honorable the Chief Justice. I know that all of you are really waiting to hear it. But I had a very, very pleasing sitting at Goa. I must state here that the bar at the Goa is one of the best that I have seen. I could learn a lot from the senior lawyers who I had the pleasure of listening to. I had the pleasure of deciding very important matters in that short sitting only because of the assistance given by the members of the bar here. I am also happy to note the presence of Anand Kumar Mishra, the Chairman of the Bar Council of India, along with his colleagues Satish Deshmukh, Apurva Kumar Sharma and Prabhakar. I am happy to mention here that the Bar Council of India, in collaboration with the state of Goa, is likely to establish an international level center for legal education. I am informed that the Chief Minister has been actively supporting the state move. If that happens, Goa will be an international legal hub. I must place on record my deep appreciation for the efforts taken by the Chief Justice, supported by the Chief Minister, in ensuring that the timeline is maintained, and especially the senior judge at Goa, Shri Mahesh Sonak, and Shri Shashanti Naidu, who had come on a visiting assignment at the command of Chief Justice, continued here to assist Justice Sonak in completion of the project. I always considered the bar and bench to be the equal wheels of the golden chariot of history of judiciary. Unless both of them work together, it is not possible to solve the purpose for which this institution survives. The institution does not survive for lawyers or litigants, but for common citizens to whom our Constitution has assured justice. I'm sure that this monumental building, which is a milestone in the history of not only Nanji but Bombay High Court, will go a long way in achieving the dream of members of giving to its citizens justice, social, economic, and political. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my lord. Judicial temperament is a hallmark of a good judge. Socrates aptly described qualities of a good judge, and I quote, "Four things belong to a judge: to hear courteously, to answer wisely, to consider soberly, and to decide impartially." Our next guest for today's function, Honorable Justice N.V. Ramana, exemplifies all these qualities. The remarkable journey of lordship from an agricultural family in a small village in Ponnavaram district to the coveted legal galleries of the highest court of the country has been an inspiring one. A crusader of social justice, a champion of civil liberties, my lord has had an indelible imprint on Indian jurisprudence. My lord's judgments are reflective of his deep and enduring respect to life and liberty as enshrined in the Constitution of India. It is my great honor and privilege to invite my Lord Honorable Shri Justice N.V. Ramana to kindly address the gathering.
Good afternoon, everybody. Honorable Justice S.A. Bobby, Chief Justice of India, Dr. Pramod Sawant, Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, Minister of Law and Justice, Brother Justice Gawai, respected Speaker of Goa Assembly, Brother Justice Dipankar Datta, Chief Justice of Mumbai High Court, Nilesh Gabriel, Minister for Law and Judiciary, State of Goa, Brother Justice A.A. Syed, Justice S.S. Shinde, Justice M.S. Sunako, Judges of Mumbai High Court, Devdas Angam, Advocate General of the State of Goa, judicial officers, registrars and staff members of the Mumbai High Court, judicial officers, family members of the judiciary, advocates, media persons, ladies and gentlemen. Let me congratulate all of you today on this great momentous occasion of getting a new court building. I vaguely remember in the year 1978, 1980, two times I came to this Goa just as a student to visit the place. Now, after so many years back, after so many years I came. Yesterday I saw the sea change of the Goa city, the cities. It's good, a lot of growth and development is taking place. At the outset, I must express my joy to be standing here in the land which is often known as a place where one may forget the need for heaven. Goa, its abundant natural resources and natural harbors, it's played a very important and significant role in the development and shaping of the history of India. Goa has always embraced people of different identities and cultures and has emerged as a melting pot of several cultures. It is the Goan way of life which entices people from all across the globe. Goa has a rich legal tradition which dates back in the year 1544, where the Portuguese established the first high court in Asia at Goa. The jurisdiction of this court was not confined merely to the Portuguese territories of Goa, Daman and Diu, but extended to other Portuguese colonies. As a result, the Goan judiciary was fortunate to nurture rich legal tradition. Goa was liberated from Portuguese rule on 19th December 1961. This year, the state as well as the nation celebrates the 60th anniversary of liberation of the Goa. It's a matter of great pride that in this year we are inaugurating this wonderful building, which is to house the High Court of Bombay at Goa. Brothers and sisters, the ideals of access to justice and speedy justice form the bedrock of the rule of law. For access to justice, there needs to be sufficient infrastructure to cater to the ever-rising number of disputes and cases. Although every district has courts, however, I must state that they need to be updated to enable them to meet the above challenge. After independence, the judiciary in general has not progressed at an equal pace in comparison with the other branches of the state. The judiciary usually considered rigid in its way of working due to the procedural requirement. While science and technology have affected all walks of life, integrating the same into the judicial system has been an uphill task. We have all witnessed courts operating from dilapidated old structures and rented premises without proper record rooms or even staff. There are premises without washrooms, waiting rooms, crush service or disabled-friendly infrastructure for the litigants and lawyers. Situations like this have an adverse impact on the qualitative dispensation of justice. Therefore, it is important for the judiciary to concentrate our efforts on modernization of the system. However, such endeavors must be undertaken after a careful stakeholders analysis and must portray the needs of changing times. Considering the intricacies involved in the judicial process, I call upon stakeholders and scholars, experts to provide a sustainable and inclusive model of modernization of judicial infrastructure in this country. Undeniably, strengthening judicial infrastructure is the most important tool to reduce pendency of cases and clear the backlog. However, the understanding of judicial infrastructure has to transcend beyond the issues of pendency, vacancy, or the number of courtrooms. It should involve modernization, upgradation, and creating a barrier-free, citizen-friendly environment. We can accept true accessibility when the person with the maximum disadvantage can still knock on the doors of the court of justice. But the path before is not easy. Today, most of the senior judges of the institution are caught up in administrative decision making in relation to their existing judicial work. They are bound to spend hours to understand the existing issues and finding solutions using existing technology. The pandemic has placed immense challenges before us. With the help of the government, the Chief Justice of India, Justice Bobde, took immediate steps to meet the existing gaps by introducing virtual hearing through video conferencing. This exercise addressed issues of geographical, spatial limitations and brought justice to people's doorstep. Providing independent video conferencing facility to all courts, e-filing counters, digitization of records, etc. are steps in that direction. However, the endeavor was met with multiple challenges such as accessibility and tailor-made platforms to meet the specialized needs of the judiciary. Talking of impediments in the path of modernization, financial constraints must never come in the path of progress. There is need for the central and state to cooperate and create a national judicial infrastructure corporation as a one-time measure to cater to the needs of the judicial infrastructure in the country. Such a corporation would bring the uniformity and standardization required to revolutionize judicial infrastructure. At the end of the day, we must remember that all our efforts are ultimately indeed for the sake of justice seekers, who are the beneficiaries. Although the persons who will occupy this building would be the members of the bar and bench and their support staff, we must not forget that the focal point of any justice delivery system in the litigant is a litigant and justice seeker. The land members of the bar have an integral role to play in the justice delivery system. Never forget your duty towards your society. Remember, the population of our country is predominantly rural with low levels of income. They cannot afford the legal fees to fight for their cause. The legal community is known for its service to the people and the nation. Lawyers are at forefront of the freedom struggle, and there is no need to name all those who bled for the freedom of our country. With this inspiration in your heart, please attempt to do so much pro bono public you can. If senior lawyers do at least 2 pro bono cases a month, it would change the legal aid landscape of the country and will definitely increase the quality of service. This will also motivate junior lawyers to follow in your footsteps. Here, I would take a moment to thank the entire network of legal service authorities, volunteers and lawyers for their determination for the cause of justice even during these difficult days. I urge everyone here to propel the legal aid movement further until easy and affordable access to justice is a reality. May the legacies of judicial stalwarts like Justice Pense, Kanya and Lentin lead us to a bright future. The power and strength of any justice delivery system is derived from the faith of the people in it. The bar and bench need to work in conjunction to affirm the faith that the citizen has in the judicial delivery system. We are mere custodians. I am sure that you will be able to make use of this grand edifice to shape the future of this great state. I also thank this opportunity and congratulate the Chief Minister of Goa, Dr. Pramod Sawant, for his great efforts. I am happy to have among us Sri Ravi Shankar Prasad, a lawyer, a senior lawyer, a great politician and statesman. For the first time, we have a minister holding the portfolio of law and justice and information technology.